What are we witnesses or not witnesses to?
You think Russ is going to win a championship ever? Be real.
I don't know, but this is what I will promise you. They had the chance of being the first Golden State, and because of $2 million, they lost Harden. And ever since then, they've been trying to make a super team again, and that doesn't work. They have to rebuild and make a team, like a good structured team, probably a better coach, and they could do something. No, well, that's all I'm saying.
They made it to a finals with Harden, right?
Yeah,
that was when they lost 4-1 to Miami.
And they cheated like I've never seen.
How?
That's the
Who cheated?
That's the one ring.
Who cheated?
They cheated for LeBron to win that ring more than anything.
But in 5 games?
No, but it doesn't matter. It was two apiece, and no, sorry, it was 2-0. And the first game,
I think they won game 4. It was the only game they won, right? OKC.
No, but they should have won game 3. Durant went up for a layup. LeBron fouled him with seconds left, and then they say afterwards that it was a foul. It's too late. It's 3-0. How the heck are they gonna come back now? It's over. They were so scared because they blew and stumped the bed against Dallas of epic proportions. They couldn't take the chance of them losing again. So the reffing was the worst I've ever seen. And it happens. 25% of my hate for LeBron is what the league does to help him. So it's not his fault. But he's expecting that help, and that's what pisses me off. So he doesn't get his calls, he cries, he complains, talks to the ref. I can't deal with him. Okay, Igor, let's go.
Just put on the clock so I can see it.
Yeah. No, it doesn't.
Put it there, it's fine. Unless you want to put it down, it's fine. No, it's in this here. Other series, Boston, Philly. Alright, sorry that. Whatever, we're like 5 minutes each series, 6 minutes each series.
What's the third one?
Utah. Boston, Utah, Golden State.
Okay, go.
Alright guys, welcome back to On The Blog. We calmed down a bit. We got off LeBron because we went to the West. But actually, sorry, let's finish with the East first because we just we went upstairs to go catch the ending of Boston and Philly. And Philly, in Raptors fashion, choked the game. In overtime, Al Horford came up with the big steal. I was on the record as saying that I didn't think Philly would win a game in the playoffs. Like I said, they ran into Miami. They beat them pretty handedly. But I was also on Boston's wheelhouse. Like I was on their bandwagon just in the sense where I thought that they were still going to win without their 2 All-Stars because I did believe that they're the best defensive team in the league and they force a lot of teams into being uncomfortable on offense. That's exactly what they've done. Boston's up 3-0. That series looks like it's pretty much done. But with being what it is 3-0, what have you guys seen? What do you like? What do you not like in some of the players?
Oh, sorry, you go first.
No, you go ahead.
He's so nice now.
I'm always nice. It's very wonderful to me that Ben was the reason that they turned that over, that last play. Because Mitchell is the rookie of the year to me. So that was a beautiful thing. As for Philly, I like Philly. I like Embiid. I think Ben is a very good player. He's not what they're trying to call him, this baby LeBron Part 2 Fresh Prince garbage. They're calling him. He's not that.
Since the LeBron Association.
That is. It really is. But they call him that. It's not me.
It's not his fault.
And LeBron calls him that too.
Same agents. But
Boston's my squad. Been for years now. Second best coach in the league behind Pop. I did not expect them to beat Philly like this.
Did you expect them to beat Boston?
Yes. Well,
Milwaukee.
Yeah, absolutely. I told everybody. Everybody knew. I said they were.
Igor did not. A lot of people did not.
I believe 100% they can.
It's all good. It's all good. A lot of they're missing their 2 best players.
I thought that Giannis would take a step, and I thought they had too much talent.
Fire your coach. Bledsoe was not playing, and not once has he played like the Bledsoe
was very disappointing. Yep.
So I knew I didn't trust that team.
Middleton was your best player.
Yeah. I got worried when Brown got hurt, but it was already basically
concussion recently.
No, Brown he hurt his hamstring.
Yeah.
I got a little worried, but they still won even without him, which is unbelievable. So with Philly, it's sad. People are, I guess we're talking it upstairs. People are saying, well, they had a good season. I don't believe that. Philly, the NCAA, Philadelphia, they won. NFL,
Eagles.
they won. People really believed the city. It looked like the process was working. People were falling for that juice. You may say that now, but I wish I talked to you before. But they were going on that streak. They killed LeBron. Everyone was worried about them. I thought that they could beat LeBron if they got it there, but they're not going to. It's a good. They should be disappointed, but they do have a good future. They're not playing faults. I don't know why.
Yeah, I don't know how you can be mad. Like, honestly, looking at Philly, like I said, at the beginning of the year, I have the tape, and you guys as my witness. My bold prediction was 50 wins for Philly, and I thought that they could get to third place behind Cleveland and Toronto. Because I really liked Embiid, no one's a bigger fan than him. Simmons was better than I thought, but he still can't shoot, so I'm kind of torn. But he's a really good defender. I like how he brings it on defense. And stat feeling like, well, whatever with the stat feeling. He does get his teammates involved, for numbers or not.
Well, we had Boston higher, I think. I think we all had Toronto fourth.
Or maybe we had Toronto fourth, and I had Philly going to third, maybe. Yeah, but either way, like I said, this is not a wasted season for Philly because Redick, to me, I thought he was going to not be as productive because they're going to get the young guys involved. Covington showed he can play. Embiid's been healthy, minus the freak injury. Like, everybody, Saric, all these guys came together. And that's with Fultz, the number 1 overall pick, doing nothing. Right? Like, they have a bright future.
They're not even playing.
They did at the end of the season, but they're not now.
I think that 17-game win streak was a little bit blown out of proportions. They did play a lot of bad teams. They weren't playing many good teams when they did that.
Like we said, they still won all those games.
The kid, but again, I've been saying it for like at least last year. It's a really young team. They were in the basement for years on end. It wasn't going to be their time. One playoff series to me is a successful season. That's a pretty good year. Embiid with the facial thing, and I don't even know how much of that's playing into his psyche or not. He hasn't been as dominating as he's been.
Still been their best player.
Still been their best player. Ben's had a pretty rough series against Boston so far. Going to the Boston angle of things, I agree with him that Brad Stevens, ever since his Butler Bulldog days, I remember him in the NCAA tournament, genius coach. They're getting the maximum effort of what they've got. And again, no Kyrie. They can't get any more. No Kyrie. No Hayward. Terry Rozier's had his coming out party, and we've discussed it off air. That may cause some decisions down the line with Kyrie on what they're going to do. I've heard this whole Kyrie for Kawhi thing down the road because again,
he might be
Terry looks like he's going to be a real deal and he can be a starting point guard. I like see. He's exactly the kind of guy that, again, the Raptors could definitely use. I love that whole,
Bledsoe jersey.
The Drew Bledsoe jersey. I like that because he made it seem like he didn't know where Eric Bledsoe was, and I'm sure he knew who he was. But he's the type of guy, those are the type of guys that you can take into the trenches, like a Lance Stevenson, and you can win with those guys. You go to war with those guys. You can win with those guys because their mentality is those guys are killers. No, those guys want to win. Al Horford, I haven't been the hugest fan. I gotta give the man credit, having a good series. They are doing the best what they have with their parts. I think they'll go to the finals. To me, if they make the finals, it'll probably be one of the, in terms of overall of what to be expected considering the injuries. Might be the stun is like I would have been stunned if they make the NBA Finals missing so many of those guys.
Honestly, that's like you said about football. That's like what the Eagles did without their star quarterback and Carson Wentz, right? Like it just shows you the depth. You throw someone in, next man up. The Raptors have talked about next man up, and so has every other team, but they've done it. And the difference between Boston's bench and the Raptors, just to quickly go through it, all of the Raptors guys, they're still good. They're just very young. They're all like in their second, third, first year. Whereas with Boston, you look at Morris, Rozier, Aaron Baines, like all these championship pedigree, like these guys are proven. They're like mid to late 20s. They're veteran guys that know how to win, and that's why I feel they're doing so well. And to fast forward, I think that I said they were going to win this series. Now the sweep, there might be 2 sweeps in the East semifinal, right? You go to the thing there. Boston is going to give LeBron a good run, and they can beat the Cavs, right?
In a series,
they can legitimately beat the Cavs in a series. If you're going to get that kind of
Even he doesn't think so.
That's the only.
He doesn't think so.
I do, and I'm on the record.
I think defensively they'll give them problems, but again, the lack of those. Again, you can only really go so far, in my opinion. All the way to the finals, we're missing those 2 All-Stars.
Are you saying they can beat them? Of course, but I wouldn't bet my house they would beat Milwaukee. I wouldn't bet my house on the Cavs game. If Kyrie Irving was there, I'd bet my house.
See, this is another thing about Kyrie, real quick. I just want to talk about this. You look at what Terry Rozier is doing. If you had to guess, what do you think his average points per game in the playoffs have been?
Who?
If you had to guess, Terry Rozier average
right now?
Yeah, I don't even know what
he's
like
guess. 16,
16, 18, right?
Okay,
great. Yeah, it's great. What would Kyrie be? 24, 25, right?
He doesn't really score like he did in Cleveveland. He's been very...
exactly, proving to my point. Now, compare them defensively, Terry Rozier and Kyrie Irving. It's not really close, right? So you look at plus and minus, and this is what I'm talking about, people, and you're a numbers guy. Sorry, you're not a numbers guy, which is even better. So you look at the numbers, and it's like, oh, well, Kyrie's a star, Kyrie's a killer. He's a shot maker. He does a lot of great things. they don't need Kyrie to be Cleveland Kyrie in Boston. They need him to hit shots when they need him, but they play as a whole. They get chip in from Jaylen Brown, from drawing a blank, the rookie Tatum.
Boston's a better version of what Indiana has going right now, and they gave Indiana gave Cleveland problems because they're a tough team. Morris is gonna bump you. To go back to that point, the whole Fultz thing. If you switch it around, if they had taken Tatum instead of Fultz, they would have been money. Philly would have been money. Philly would have been money. But they made their pick. It is what it is now.
Fultz is not done. He's gonna be good.
How good do you think he'll be? I'm not writing him off, but how good do you think he'll be?
His shot's been kind of wild.
He's 10 times more athletic than he looks. I like the way he plays, but we're just gonna see. I think he could do development wise as DeRozan did.
Do you think he'll be an all-star? Because if you don't, then he's...
No, I think he could do what DeRozan did. And what
DeRozan's been an all-star for like 5 years in a row.
Yeah, but I don't... But to you... like
to the league. The people that vote, the coaches. Not to us. To the coaches.
No, he's been a starter. Starters are not coaches.
He would have been voted in either way.
What was that?
No,
he's saying to us two guys that we're DeRozan guys. But I said...
You making that face, but I love when he
does
that.
That's what you did to us.
I'm going to tell you.
I'm passive aggressively saying.
No, I'm going to tell you. But I'm not making faces, but I could, but I won't. I'm going to tell you. The reason why they got there is because they have a good record. Because they're fool's gold, and they're the two best players on the team, and they got to go. Simple. You can't be third.
I'm not disagreeing with that.
But they're not all stars, is what I'm saying.
But on paper, they're paper all stars.
Okay, and Damian Lillard is an all star, and DeMarcus Cousins are all stars, and they don't make the all star.
And they also do nothing in the playoffs. Damian Lillard's done nothing in the playoffs.
But they're still up. He's better than Lowry. Lowry's been in more All-Star games than
he's better than Lowry, yeah, but he's still not.
So what I'm saying is that he's going to be a DeRozan. He doesn't have to go to the same amount of All-Star games to be it. Lowry's been in more All-Star games, and Damian Lillard is 10 times better than him to me. That's all I'm saying. So I'm not saying that he's going to make 5 All-Star appearances. I'm saying he's going to be like, I think his game will develop the way DeRozan's did.
And I have to go back to this point because I've been calling for this, and he's a witness to this. I've been calling for a rebuild of this Toronto Raptors team for 3 years. Mm-hmm. So for you to tell me that I'm a DeMar DeRozan guy, no.
I never said. I'm going to say.
You said I was a.
You said us. You said us.
We're DeRozan guys. No.
But you said they were all-stars.
I've been calling for rebuilds because I know that these two guys weren't going to win squat, and I wanted to start off anew and do what Philly did.
I understand. You did say that last year, but you did
no.
You said
all the years.
That's not true. Absolutely.
Where's my flag?
That's an absolute lie. That's an absolute lie. That's an absolute lie. You did it only last year.
Even in the Indiana series when they came back
last year
and almost lost that series.
Last year,
I wanted those guys gone.
Last year is the first time after 3 years that you said that.
No
you said
way.
And I laughed at you and I said, so after all these years now because they.
I don't think he was on the show. You're a witness to this.
Hold on. When they played Indiana, had to go to 7. When they played
that was years ago.
Had to go to 7.
No, the only time that he said it was last year. What? Before that,
So did I say it before then?
No, I'm saying, okay, I'll just make it clear. From the very first time I got on the show,
3 years ago.
Are only 2 things that we have argued about, us 3. We've been on, basically we had our opinions, but arguing is LeBron James and the Raptors. That's it. And I said that they were fool's gold and that they weren't all-stars. And I said to you guys that they even made the all-star team because Bieber was saying vote Lowry or vote whatever, and you guys were laughing. I told you.
Also team
Hold on.
I have to end this because I asked a question at the gym and I want you to answer it. Someone said at the gym that DeMar DeRozan is the 5th best shooting guard in the league. I want you to name me anybody. Go whatever. If you need to look at teams, do whatever you need to do. Tell me statistically whatever you want. Better shooting guards in the NBA. Okay, and we're gonna come back.
Klay Thompson. Oh, sorry.
Okay, go ahead. Klay Thompson is the only guy that I said. Now keep
okay,
going.
no.
I had one. No. I want you to go. Klay Thompson. Yeah.
I can go easy. Kawhi Leonard.
Kawhi Leonard's a small forward.
James Harden.
He's a point guard.
James Harden is
He's a point guard.
Chris Paul's the point guard.
Last year he
that's
wasn't.
Desperation.
But last year he wasn't. Okay, so
the
MVP of the league is better than he is.
Desperation.
Okay, go ahead.
Go ahead. Give him 2.
Okay. 2. Last year or this year?
In the last, not this year.
Okay,
not
right,
I know you want to throw Mitchell, but
I would say
yeah,
Mitchell.
but it's 1 year. So.
Chicago, okay, Cleveland, Indiana. Is Paul George small forward?
Yeah.
Okay. Milwaukee, no. Washington. Beal's better than him. Portland.
McCollum's not better.
Just to keep this thing going. The reality is that DeMar DeRozan is an all-star player, but he's not a championship level player.
Yeah.
Here's the thing, Al. Let's go through the chronology of the Toronto Raptors.
We can't
No,
because we got to move on quickly.
But quickly. If you look at this franchise from the start, they had Damon, they had Stoudemire, they had Vince, they had Bosch. The only guy, and then again, the only guy that to me was going with a proper team that could have possibly won a championship, a guy that could have carried a team, is that guy right there, number 15. Ever since he left,
T-Mac when he left, yeah.
well, T-Mac, but again, before we knew what he was. Bosch was to me another DeRozan and Lowry, where he was an all-star player, but wasn't a guy that was going to be able to carry anybody to anywhere. I was never a huge Bosch fan. Again, to me, when they traded Vince, half my heart for the team kind of went sour. So yes, is DeMar a good shooting guard? Yes, he's a good shooting guard. But he's also a guy that's not going to win. In this era, he's not winning a championship unless he's a third or fourth piece on a team. If he's your number 1 or 2 guy, you are not winning anything with DeMar DeRozan.
If you're a number 2 guy, he might be able to.
Depending on who's number 1.
Yeah.
If number 1's
Well,
Kevin Durant or
saying.
LeBron James,
Yeah,
maybe.
yeah, that's what I'm saying,
Maybe.
right?
But it's got to be a high level guy.
But then, this is the thing, and now I'm going to have to go back to him. Like, hey, look at the
guy.
Wolves. If you put him... Okay, now, baby, do your list.
Yeah.
Quick.
So Clay's better.
Clay's better for
Harden's better.
Harden's okay. One guy.
He's good.
I had 2 names, I'll say it. Yeah.
Brooke from Phoenix.
Booker,
sorry.
No!
Booker is
Hold
better
on,
than
He
him.
has never played a playoff game.
I don't go. That doesn't mean a
I
damn
don't know
thing.
about this one.
DeMar's only been judged.
Beal's better than him, hands down. Not even a question. Now here's the problem. Here's the thing. Booker's better than him.
Okay, go ahead.
Booker's a better shooter, man.
He's a better player. If he can score 70 in a game, DeRozan can't even score 50.
You're not a numbers guy, so it doesn't matter.
I
He's not a
can't
numbers
give that
guy.
man credit.
No, I'm saying he scored 70 in the basketball game. And the only one I would say, if you said not this year, and you said a little bit like
Victor.
2-3 years past, Victor Oladipo was definitely better than him.
But you didn't put him on the list.
I forgot. I didn't see. I didn't see.
You forgot your guy.
Because he was the last page.
You forgot your guy. Okay,
Victor's
the other
Victor
one.
Oladipo. Victor
season
Oladipo.
already, yeah.
And I would say, if we're not including this year or last, wait.
What? Oh, well, fine. That from 10 years ago.
No, I didn't say 10 years ago. It's I would even take the
He's a Hall of
Chicago
Famer,
way.
though. He's a Hall of Famer.
I don't go by.
No, I'm just saying
Wait.
he's one of the greatest players of all time in that position.
Yeah, sure.
Point is, there's maybe 3 guys better than him. 3 guys, right? Like that's what I'm saying. So now, if you get Booker and you put him on a team, like I don't really. The point is, it's so many different things put in once. First of all, DeMar has nobody to pass the ball to. Like in terms of like a top guy,
Mitchell's been playing shooting for him mostly, right?
shooting guard. He's a shooting guard.
Mitchell?
Yeah,
I think
and he's like a 6'2" shooting guard.
Rubio's the point guard.
No, but you're talking shooting guards.
Yeah.
Mitchell's a shooting
That's
guard.
what he said. I threw that, but I just said not this year because like he's had one season.
Okay,
Right? I'm thinking body
I'd
of
take
work.
Mitchell over DeMar.
Body of work. Anyways, so we've got into that. We have to get off the Raptors again. So we finished that off. We have Boston obviously going on. Just looking forward in case we don't get together. Boston most likely going to play Cleveland. Thoughts on how the series goes?
I'm worried. I love them. I like the way they're playing. They believe, and that's a big thing. And they have more energy than Cleveland. Cleveland won't be able to
Much
do
better
anything.
defenders.
But in the end, you need that. And don't get me wrong. I don't believe LeBron's clutch at all. But he is a superstar. No, don't get me wrong. He's a star.
No, he's a superstar. He's a superstar.
Okay, hold on. Let me explain. Okay.
Get that on the clock.
We will.
He is a superstar in the sense where if
Fans
no
will
refs
forget.
helped him.
Oh,
No, let me explain. If no refs helped him and he was just out here playing, he would be a very good player that would always make all-star teams. He might have gotten an MVP, and he would have been a good player. He's a superstar. He's a guy you can build a team around. That's a superstar.
Okay.
You take one player you can build around. I never said you can't do that with LeBron.
DeMarcus Cousins isn't a superstar. You can build a team around him.
I love DeMarcus is my second favorite guy. I liked him even before I liked Westbrook. I love him. I think you can build around him.
You finish
The attitude you can't build around him.
Finish praising LeBron.
No, I'm saying so
I don't
LeBron.
know. He said that slyly.
So with LeBron now, even though he's not like as great as everyone's making it look, he is a superstar. I didn't even know what we were talking about.
Oh!
You got me off topic. What were we even talking about?
How is Boston going to stack up against
Okay.
Philly? Against the Celtics?
The problem
Boston and Cleveland.
In the end, you need some sort of type of closer. For Boston, the way they're playing, especially now, is
Terry's been a closer.
No, but what I'm saying is the way that they play is we're gonna do what's in the system and whoever gets the best shot. When you have a superstar, it's he finishes the game. It's not who gets the best shot. It's he finishes.
But you've said numerous times that you said LeBron's not a closer.
No, but they're going to give it to him. What it means is that they're worried about him. So even if, let's say they're down 1, he doesn't have to shoot a 3. He can penetrate. And he's a very good passer. So if they worry about him, they can get it someone else for a shot. I don't understand.
Okay, let me just throw in my favorite. Let me throw in my favorite Lamar quote ever, and then you can make your prediction.
I never said he couldn't pass it. That's
No. You'll sign off on this because it's a Lamar quote. I'm not fabricating at all. Joe says, Lamar, tell me how you would judge LeBron James. He's a very athletic guy that can't shoot but has great court vision and can do some weak side blocks. Weak side blocks. That's what you said.
Yeah,
It made him into the top 5
Sounds like me.
statistically all-time guy. How does the Celtics and the Cavs finish in the East Final?
I don't think they're going to blow out the Cavs. I think they're going to be close games like what we saw upstairs. And if they are up, then they can win those games because LeBron will choke and miss. And if they're down, I don't know who they're going to give it to say, okay, go and get us that win.
If
Kyrie,
the game is
I
that
believe
close.
it.
Yeah, the game is that close.
I believe
What
they'll
about
do
if they're
it.
up 8 or 10 points? They don't need that.
Yeah, you're right. You're absolutely right.
Point is, who wins the series and how many games? By judging by how long you're taking, you think Cleveland's going to win. That's pretty.
I'm going to say Boston 7.
But tell me what you want. Like,
I said Boston.
Don't lie to us. We know you're lying now. We know you're lying.
Set upstairs, they were gonna win.
We know you're lying. Just tell me what you really think. Look at us in the eyes. He's been looking here. Look at us and tell us what you think.
Some bone thugs in harmony with you.
Look at Igor in the eyes, man.
I'm going to say, I didn't think. If you were to ask me the same question
Answer the damn question.
I'm going to answer the question. If you were to ask me the same question about this Philly series, I'd have the same answer.
But we're not.
And they just beat Philly. So how could I go against them? But I can't go against
He's
them.
trying to get the spot Kellerman.
Just want you to answer the question.
Oh my God.
Who do you have? And in how many games? And I want you to look him and tell him because you're talking to him. This is the show, right?
I'm going to tell you something right now.
Go.
Igor, you listening?
Yes, I'm
It
listening.
says in the Bible,
Oh boy.
faith is the things that you hope for that you don't see. Now it looks difficult. Do you understand what I mean?
Yeah.
So it
I'm
looks
following.
difficult to me from what I see because you need a star. But I believe in them. So I say Game 7 Boston. You hear what I just said? Okay. It's hard because you don't see it, but I believe.
And then reality hits.
Blessed are those who have faith but have not seen.
Thank you.
Remember, he thought
Thank
they were
you.
going to lose to Philly.
I never
But
said that.
anyways.
I never said that. I was worried.
He's like Kellerman.
They have all their
He's
stars.
like
They have all.
Kellerman.
I'm nothing like that. They have all their stars, and my guys are short. What am I supposed to do?
Kellerman took the Raptors in the series. I was watching it.
And then they lost game.
They lost game 1. He said,
He goes, I know. He goes, you know.
Game 2 is getting short. I'm still taking him. It's not in 6 now. It's in 7.
The best part was when he lost and he goes, you know what? I'm happy they lost because I'm going to double down. He doesn't know what to do anymore.
Anyways, look.
Your prediction.
I think Boston's having a great playoff run. I didn't expect it. I thought Milwaukee was going to beat them. Playing the way that Cleveland is now, and especially once we're in these 2 games, and if that continues, if LeBron gets stuff from Kevin, from all those other guys, it's going to be too much. It's going to be. If those guys
we don't want to
help
hear
them
ifs,
out,
though. We want to hear ifs.
I'm taking. Look, to me, the series is going to be Boston. But I'm taking Cleveland in 6 games. Boston's got home court. A good stat: Boston up 2-0 has never lost a series, which is something to watch.
They've also never had stars being
25-0, yeah. But to me, they have 2. If Kyrie and Hayward, maybe that's definitely a different
But they're
story.
not there.
But they're not there. I'm taking the Cavaliers in 6 games.
Okay.
So that's basically it.
I know that you guys both have Cleveland. So seeing that you both have Cleveland.
Boston.
We're gonna miss the
Boston.
Raptors
Seeing
game,
that
right?
it's 2 guys
Boston.
in Cleveland.
Game 7.
I'm going to go on the camera and predict what's going to happen. Because I'm going to look into my crystal ball right now and just see that the pressure that they're going to give LeBron is going to be too much. When they're throwing Jaylen Brown, and even probably Jaylen Brown because he's their best wing defender, okay? And they're pressuring him, bringing up the ball like a pansy, dribbling up, taking the ball out of whatever point guard's hands. There's no BS from those guys. It's not going to be like the Raptors. Come on, King, come down. Let us watch you take some fadeaways with some half-assed defense.
I agree.
But I'm like this when I should be like that. Okay? They're going to get real defense. You're going to see Rozier keep coming out doing his thing because nobody's going to stop him playing point guard. George Hill's, he's my guy, but he's 33 years old or whatever he is. You're going to see Aaron Baines body whoever is down low because they don't have anybody. Tristan Thompson has a pair of balls? No. He lost that to Kardashians years ago, and now he's not that guy. Okay, yeah, go ahead.
If Baines
and Horford, sorry, both of them.
If Baines was hurt, would that change?
But then they'd have no team. If Baines was hurt, they'd have no
Okay,
team.
so last question, and then keep going on your thing. Because you know how I believe with the refs and how they help. If they were to get
That's my
Baines-
only worry.
If they were to get
That's my
Baines in
only
early
worry.
foul trouble, and now he's out of the game,
Then they still have Al.
Okay.
You're starting center.
So
Who's better than Baines?
Okay, but what I'm saying is that Baines, just like I said, it's the same as the injury. If he can't be on the floor, he's not helping, right?
Oh yeah, but you have two
Okay,
guys, not just one, right?
No, I understand.
Al Horford he's going to be voted in the top 3, top 5 defensive player of the year. We've seen what he did upstairs against Embiid, and I warned Zane about that before. The finishing up, the pressure is going to be too much. Everybody worried about scoring against Milwaukee, and they didn't score much because Milwaukee, were great statistically, but when you got guys like Giannis guarding you, it's tough to hit shots. Cleveland has nobody you have to worry about. Jeff Green is not going to come back and hit threes against Boston because he's going to be contested, and they don't double team anybody. So when Cleveland wins against the Cavs, both of you guys are going to be surprised, especially you because you have LeBron going to the finals.
No, I don't. No, I don't.
You have LeBron going to the finals, and we're going to come
Who's
here.
guarding LeBron 1-on-1?
Jaylen Brown.
Jalen's gonna guard him
Jaylen
1-on-1.
Brown. Yeah.
The whole
We
game.
see, remember that?
They're gonna
No,
play
okay.
good team defense, and they're
But
all
who's gonna-
gonna.
one guy has
I
to
thought the
guard.
Raptors gonna do
Smart's
that.
gonna guard him. There's gonna be a bunch of guys guarding.
Smart's
him.
another
There's
great
gonna be
defender.
There's gonna be they're going to, and I don't even think their real focus is LeBron. LeBron can get his little 30 if he wants. They're gonna make sure that Love and these other guys
Oh,
are
no.
hitting open
That's
threes.
fine. That's fine. And
Yeah.
just if I have to pick a game, I'm going to go Celtics in 7, winning in Cleveland.
It's in Boston.
Sorry.
Yeah, because Boston has
They
the home
won't
court.
beat
Boston has home court, so it'll be
Yeah.
6 in Cleveland.
6 will be in Cleveland. That's why I took them in 6.
Yeah, and I said
Cleveland will be
Celtics in 6, winning in Cleveland.
Oh,
Sorry, that's
Oh,
what I
I
meant to
just
say.
7. I thought you were
No, yeah, right.
That'll be good.
Okay.
I pray that happens.
I know. I know you do.
Now the
That'd
big
be
dog
the
gets
best.
the throne. I'm rolling.
Quickly, because we really have to get and watch this Raptors game. Let's try and get through OKC. Sorry, not OKC. Utah's down 2-1 now to Houston. Quick thoughts.
I think Houston in 7.
What do you like? What don't you like from that? You like what Donovan's doing?
I just like their coach. To me, is the third best behind.
Pop and Stevens.
Yeah, exactly. And I think that even though they got punched in the mouth, they're not like the Raptors. They're not gonna fold like an accordion. They're gonna come
They
back.
took a big shot
Yeah,
yesterday.
they got beat up badly, but I think that they'll come back from it, and I think that they could. Is the next
Win
one
the
in
next
Houston?
game at home.
No,
it's at
no,
home.
it's
It's
Oh,
at
they're
Utah,
home.
yeah.
Okay, so I think they're
2-1.
definitely winning that
So
game.
tie
That's
up
my
going back to a best of 3.
Yeah, so I think I just
Houston
think
in 7.
yeah.
Houston in 7. Okay. Anything you like or don't like from Houston?
No, I think both teams they're both doing coaching adjustments. They're both doing what you should be doing, unlike our Raptor team, and I like it's a good series.
Okay.
Houston in 5.
Do you think that they don't win a game
They
the
had.
rest of the way?
They basically.
They solved them.
They were sleeping, thinking it was gonna be an easy ride. They got punched in the mouth. Then they woke up, and they'll win the next 2 and it's a wrap.
I wasn't. Utah's been my team the whole year. Jamal used to owe me that dinner.
That
I'm
dinner.
waiting for you to come back.
Lobster.
Remember that? He took the Lakers to have a better record than Utah. You weren't here. At all.
And you know what? Like for parts of the year, it was real close until
It was close until the second half.
crazy run.
What happened was Gobert got back from injury. That's what happened.
Yeah.
He was hurt the whole first half.
That was
Donovan went off, and then Gobert came back. He's defensive player of the year.
The
And
Lakers had little spurts and then went down.
they are who they thought they were.
Yeah,
Or I thought they
pretty
were.
much.
I think that Houston's going to win the series because Utah's come much farther than I thought they would. I was one of the few people that if you gave truth serum to thought that Utah would beat OKC. I don't know about you. Do you think Utah was going to beat OKC?
Yeah, I did. I told everyone Westbrook's my guy, and everyone would get mad at me when I said it, but I said Utah is a better team. That Carmelo Anthony and George are jokes, and they weren't even really on the team. Westbrook's by himself, and he's going to get all the blame for it. And I just thought Mitchell was just fire.
Okay, I don't know about you, but I know a lot of people had OKC winning that.
I thought OKC was
Yeah.
going to win the series.
I don't think Utah wins a series. I'm going to go Houston, sorry. Maybe in 7, 6 or 7, but they're going to win one more game. They'll win game 4, I do think. Switching quickly to Anthony Davis and what they've done at the Pelicans with a big win yesterday at home. Did you think, first of all, I have to backtrack quickly. I said Portland wouldn't win a game. Houston swept them. Pelicans swept them. Anthony Davis, top 3 player in the league, probably, in my opinion. He's come through and really done damage. Now, after they lost game 1, I was like, before it started, I actually thought that Golden State would win in 5. What do you think? What do you like? What do you think of those?
Quick side note, I completely forgot about him. I would put him even as a runner-up over LeBron and MVP.
Oh, yeah, that's what we
And-
forgot about
and-
an MVP.
and,
He's my
Davis was a good game. He's finally stayed healthy.
But it's sad that people don't even
And
acknowledge
especially with
him.
DeMarcus
Because
going down.
DeMarcus was there
Yeah,
too,
DeMarcus was down.
And he was playing like a beast, by the way.
Both were.
He's better
Both
than
were.
me. Okay, but
You say he's better?
he's my guy. Cousins. I like Cousins better.
He's not better than Anthony Davis, though.
To me.
No, he
And
said
availability is also-
Embiid. And
No.
Oh,
If you had to pick one guy in your team, you'd pick Cousins over Anthony Davis.
Yeah, that's my guy.
That's questionable. Go
That's
ahead.
my. I'm just saying that's my pick.
So your team doesn't play defense, but okay.
Well, you can say that. You guys like the Raptors and they lost first round every year, but okay.
Top five
Yeah,
defense.
okay, good.
And you guys thought that was and then you like Blake Griffin, but okay, let's go. So the Pelicans, I believe
Clippers
they're
guy.
100%. Yeah, I think Pelicans will 100% win the next game, and then they won't win another one.
So they lose Golden State in 6.
Yeah. So is it 2? Is that how it
It's
goes?
2-1 right now. It's 2.
No. So after
It's
this,
2-2,
is it
1-1-1. Yeah.
Oh, yeah. I think Golden State will win 2 in a
They'll
row.
win the last one in
They'll win in Golden State for sure, and then come back to
in
New
New
Orleans and
Orleans.
beat them.
Okay.
Golden State in 5. Each. To me, both of them.
Knows what
Because if you're gonna tell me that the world, like again, Golden State again, wake up call, same situation.
Curry's just coming back.
And Curry's just coming back. They have all those guys healthy. And to me, them losing 2 games in that would be a surprise. Very big surprise.
That Curry just coming back doesn't mean anything. He's a part of the team. He's healthy. They wouldn't have brought him back because they already won the
They
game.
need
They
him?
wouldn't have to
You guys
risk
want
him.
him back?
He's 100%. No,
But
they
you
brought him
also,
back. He's good.
you also have to
They
think
wouldn't
that New Orleans, the Pelicans to win that game had pretty much a lot of them had the game of their lives. I think Rondo had 22 assists or something crazy.
Yeah,
I mean,
but he's
every
also.
He's always been a good
Is
passer.
he fishing for assists?
No, I think he's a good passer. He can't score.
Sure,
He's
just
just
like-
but
he-
they had
he's
a
like the
lot
worst
of
version
them
of Ben
off,
Simmons.
and
Can't shoot,
against those 4
gets assists,
guys,
gets rebounds, gets triple doubles.
Okay, no, there's a difference to me between
Okay.
an assist and if you almost want to call it a hockey assist. There's a difference between Igor being wide open and me passing him the ball and him scoring, which is what happens for 90% of LeBron and a couple of Westbrook's assists, and you dribbling and
Making the
and-
right
and
pass.
making the right pass and hitting seams and doing backdoors and giving a guy a look and doing proper things. LeBron will do a bunch of
I'm
normal
saying
passes.
Ben though, not LeBron.
Oh, sorry,
Ben.
Ben.
Because to me, they both can't shoot. They both get a lot of assists and can get rebounds for a triple double.
I think Ben is a.
Ben's a bigger Rondo.
I say yeah.
Okay.
But I don't think I never thought Simmons fished for assists. I know he goes for a triple double, but it's not like he
won't stop his game to get
Yeah,
you for a
he
triple
can't score, so he has no choice. What are you gonna do if you
And
can't
I
score?
think Ben
Well, he
will-
can't shoot. He can
and
score.
I think Ben will become
can
a better
dunk.
shooter.
He can go to the net. He can dribble.
Yeah, but if
He averaged like 16 points a game. Rondo could never average 16 points a game.
Yeah,
Something like that,
Ben will
right?
be a better
yeah,
shooter.
but that's what I'm saying. But Ben is bigger, so Ben dunks a lot, and he'll penetrate,
Yeah.
and he gets the respect from
And
the
his
calls
free
to
throw
get free
shooting's
throws.
terrible too.
Yeah, so I'm saying, but Ben, obviously, it's easier to get a triple double if you're considered the star and you can't really score.
Golden State in 6, Golden State in 5. I'm gonna go Golden State in 5 too. Very proud of what the Pelicans did this year, especially after Davis. Cousins went down. Everybody pretty much wrote them off. They stuck into the playoffs, which also surprised me. And Anthony Davis, props to
Yeah,
him.
I had to make him make the playoffs.
I
had that. I
think
had
both
that.
you guys had them
I
in
had
like
that.
8, and I had Utah
I
in.
had
So I think
6 or 7 because I thought Cousins was gonna be healthy all year. As soon as he went down, I'm like, oh.
and I had Clippers in there, and I had them out. But regardless, well, Clippers in 8. They were in it until Gallinari missed the whole season. Like they still could have made the playoffs. I don't know without play.
Gallinari's
Gallinari's a good player. Just hurt all the
He
time.
was.
Gallinari's made a glass.
It's too late now for him.
Yeah, because he's hurt all the
That's
time.
what it was.
Okay, so let's fast forward. Last 2 minutes. We have the West final, obviously, which we both have agreed that it's going to be Golden State against Houston.
Oh boy.
I think Golden State is just too powerful. I don't see how anybody can beat them right now until my guys come back next year. But I really don't want Durant. Durant and LeBron do not deserve rings. So anybody else, I'm happy.
If I had to pick who's left, well, the 4 teams we've picked, I'd love to see the Celtics do it with nobody left.
Exactly.
I would love that. That's my first choice. Second choice would be Houston,
Yep, me too.
because I don't want LeBron to win, and also I don't want Durant rewarded for going to the best team.
Exactly. That's
But
it.
if you don't want LeBron to win, your best chance of LeBron not winning is by playing Golden State.
Yeah.
So that being said, I'd have to take Golden State there, but we're not going to get into finals. We'll get back before it. Any last thoughts before we?
Chris Paul deserves a ring, so I'm gonna ride with
Yeah,
him.
he does. So I guess would you take Houston winning that West Final? Just an early
Who I
prediction?
think is gonna win? Golden State's gonna win. I hope
Golden State wins.
Golden State will.
Golden State, me as well. All right. Any last thoughts before we wrap it up?
LeBron's not runner-up MVP. Oh, and the Raptors are horrible.
Don't
Go-
forget
go-
the towel. Don't forget the towel. Sweepstation.
Blow up that team. Sign Vince next year.
Game
Sign
started. Game started 6 minutes ago. We're going back in time. All right, guys. May 5th. We're gonna wrap this up on the blog. Thanks for coming back, Lamar, for showing us some. Igor, thanks for always coming through. We'll see you guys next week, hopefully on the blog. Rest in peace, Chico.
Who?
My dog.
Is this the stick?
That's his sweater.
I've never seen him wear
That's
it.
his pajama.
That's
cute.
You put it on every night before bed?
Not always. Whenever it was cold.